Hello everyone, I am Rovic Lloyd Buot. Today I'm gonna share to you my reflection about the essays of RIZAL. So each essays will be accompanied with mode of reflections, which will be the base of my reflections. So first, we are gonna talk about Filipinas Dentro 100 años, which focuses about the establishing of new kind of political relationship between Spain and the Philippines. My mode of reflection here is a telescope. This essay teaches us that as citizens of our country, we should defend our political and even social rights in our own country. This tells us that the importance of love and passion for our country. We should not let anyone govern us in our own country for the fact that we are the one who lives here. We are the one who lives in this country. We are Filipinos who were born and lives in the Philippines. This is the evidence that we should fight for our country at all costs. The next one is Por Telefono, which focuses about the hardships of inmates in the hands of the friars. My mode of reflection here is a telescope. This tells us how bad bullying is for the overall well-being of our health. It was written in the essay that the inmates of the said church are crying because of the abuse that the parish workers are doing to them. Bullying is a common cancer in our community that needs to be stopped. Let us value respect to every people around us, regardless of their colors, races, and position in the community. The next one, we have Vision of Rey Rodriguez, which focuses in the discrimination of no limitangere. My mode of reflection here is mirror. I could relate to this to myself because I also experience criticism. No matter how much I work hard to let the people around me to see that I am trying my best to prove that I can do better, but it's just not enough for them. One thing that I've learned from this is that I don't need to work hard to impress everybody around. As long as I know in myself I am worth it for recognition. The next one, we have Sobre la Indolencia de los Filipinos, which focuses about the laziness of the Filipino people according to the Spaniards. My mode of reflection here is mirror. I can relate with this essay because I also experienced laziness, but the difference here is that I am not being described by anyone else, it's just my mind who does. Especially now that the semester is near to an end, there are a lot of projects that are coming up inevitably, and I can't help myself but to think of it a lot until I get to notice that I did not finish any. But I could say that laziness as an option, whether we want to do something to achieve what we desire, than to wait for something to happen. The next one we have No Limitangere, which focuses about the unmasking of the brutality and corruption of the Spanish rule in the Philippines. My mode of reflection here is mirror. It makes me sad that the reality that the Filipinos at that time are unprivileged to do what they want to do. It also makes me sad knowing that the backwardness of Spanish rulers continues to spread without anyone who can stop at that time. I am very thankful for Rizal that he made the book El Felibosterismo to unmask the spread of backwardness and abusiveness of the Spanish rulers. The next and the last one we have is El Felibosterismo, which focuses about Juan Crisostom Ibarra has changed his name and identity to reach Jeweler Simon to revenge his country. My mode of reflection here is telescope. It is really sad that the reality during the Spanish regime, Filipinos are prohibited to make a move for their own country. I also felt bad for Ibarra He fought everything he can to give a revenge that he won for his country and fellow Filipinos, but he failed. It also makes me sad that the Filipinos during that time are being controlled by the Spanish rulers like government officials and friars. This teaches us no matter how many times we fail to do what we want to achieve, we should not give up, especially if it is our country that is in line. I guess that's all. I hope you learned a lot from my reflection, and I hope you've impacted yourself and relate yourself according to this essay, and in order for you to have a reflection of yourself. Thank you.